First Alert Weather on WSTU is brought to you by Sailfish Roofing, offering excellence, honesty, and integrity in everything they do. Sailfish Roofing, 772-263-ROOF. Community roofing company you can trust. Sailfish Roofing. Now here's WPTV's First Alert meteorologist.
Beautiful weather across the Treasure Coast the next few days. We have temperatures that'll get up into the high 70s in the afternoon. It'll be partly sunny, very pleasant. The humidity, not bad at all. Overnight lows will be in the 60s, so you'll probably need a light jacket as you head outside after sunset or in the early morning hours. I'm WPTV First Alert Chief Meteorologist Steve Weagle for WSTU 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
The opinions expressed are those of the show's host and not the staff or management of Port St. Lucie Broadcasters. Any reproduction without written consent of WSTU and WPSL is strictly prohibited. Now it's time for Quality of Life Radio, brought to you by Cigna and Aetna Medicare. Here are your hosts, Gary Owen and Tom Bouvier.
Hello and good morning, everybody who's on the Treasure Coast, in the state of Florida, throughout the United States of America, and in the 47 countries that are tuning in. Buongiorno, good morning, ¿cómo estás? This is an extraordinary Tuesday morning. And why, Tom, is it an extraordinary Tuesday morning? Because it's December 5th. That means we have only 2
more days
for
Medicare
of insanity.
Annual enrollment period. So if you're on Medicare, need a review, should I say it?
Wait till January. We are burnt out.
And booked up.
Burnt out.
We thank everyone that's called us and we're helping, so appreciate our
we're
clients.
blessed. We had a great year for this Medicare open enrollment. We've helped so many people. We still have more people to help in the last 2 days. But listen, hope is not lost. We'll share more information with you later on in the show. But thank you for tuning in this morning on the world-famous Quality of Life radio show. It's sponsored by Cigna Medicare. I'm your host, and I'm the president of Owen Insurance Group and your handsome, extraordinary host.
And I'm your co-host, Tom Bouvier.
Handsome? Mediocre?
Handsome.
We get a couple of votes. My wife is biased, but she says gorgeous.
You are gorgeous, Tom. You are gorgeous.
And many other nice adjectives.
You're glowing this morning. You're looking very nice.
Well,
and so are lovely ladies that are in the studio this morning. We can't wait to introduce you to them. Thank you for tuning in again. So you're listening to us on WSTU 1450 AM, WPSL 1590 AM. As well as Facebook Live. So thank you to all of you who are watching us live on Facebook. Shout out to Lisa Teeter, because I know that she's watching, because she says she definitely wants to tune in to Linda and Laura this morning. So she's one of our faithful viewers and a good friend of mine. My sister is who she is. And then I'll tune in on Alexa. And for those of you that are tuning in the 47 different countries, again, thank you. Tom, we're here every single Tuesday morning because we love to be here.
And we love to hear you speak in other languages.
I don't know if that was speaking or what I was doing.
No, that was great. So we do come here every Tuesday morning with the Quality of Life radio show for 3 main reasons. Number one, we actually bring relevant content to our listeners, both from our guests as well as from Gary and I. We love to bring education, information about many types of insurance planning that you can build and have a great quality of life. And most important, I think, is we love to support and showcase local business owners, entrepreneurs, nonprofit organizations, and we have 2 wonderful guests here that will be introduced here in a moment, Gary.
Yeah, to your point, I mean, we are a small business, and we love working with small business owners, and I believe that we need to keep it local, do business with a local business, and that's so important, and especially those local businesses that provide valuable information and resources like we do and like our guests do in the studio. So we're excited to have them on. The second part of our show, we're going to share some fun health facts and also 8 fun facts about December that maybe you did already know, or maybe you haven't known, like one of the things we do know that December is full of festivities and festive holidays that are celebrated, like Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and of course, the fabulous New Year's Eve. I cannot wait for New Year's Eve.
Oh, yes.
And the third
Christmas Eve, too.
Yeah, Christmas
Santa's
Eve, too.
coming.
That's right. There's another one.
Only if you've been a good boy,
And then the third
girl.
part of our show, Tom and I are going to share some great information with you about insurance planning solutions that you need to know so we can get you on the straight track. It's called Insurance Straight Talk, right? So transparency is what we provide. So thanks for being with us, and congratulations for being with us and following us on the show. And as Tom said earlier, thanks to all of our new clients who came in this Medicare annual enrollment and worked with us, and we help provide you great information and some great plans for your Medicare insurance planning. Tom, why don't you do us the honor and introduce our fabulous guest here this morning?
Absolutely. So, Senior Solutions of the Treasure Coast, we are proud to have Linda Marquez, the owner, and Laura Young
Good morning.
On the guest today. So they're going to give some information about themselves, where they're from, why they came to the Florida, and if they're not from here, and all about their business.
And congratulations on your 20-year anniversary, Linda.
Oh, my goodness.
Awesome.
Man.
That's awesome.
Breaking
We're 15 years behind them.
Oh, yes, we are. And I tell you, you broke that 2 or 3 year mark many years ago. And I don't know how it was for you, but for most startups in the beginning, it can be a little challenging.
It's a challenge.
It
Yeah.
So
was.
congratulations again.
Thank you.
on
Thank
that.
you. And thank you for having us.
Yeah, it's great to have you. So tell us a little bit about yourselves first.
Okay, well, I moved to Florida in 1980, and in 81, I went to Indian River Community College, received my Certified Nurses Aid Assistant certificate, and from there on, I worked in many hospitals, nursing homes, private duty, and in the year of 2002, my mother-in-law fell ill, and my husband turned to me knowing that I did lots of private duty care. He said, why don't you just start up your own company, because I'm having a hard time finding someone to take care of Mom. So I did, and I started out in my home, and after a year and a half, my husband said, get it the heck out of here, it's driving me crazy. So I moved over to Jensen Beach and had a cute little office. At that time, I had a business partner, and she stayed with me maybe about 2.5 years. I bought her out, and from there on, I expanded from a homemaker companion company to a nurse registry. And being in the plaza where I am now, I kept buying space and adding on and renovating and putting so much money into that plaza. It got to the point where my husband says, we need to buy the plaza now. So we did. Unfortunately, my husband has been gone now for 10 years. But I continue with my business there, and it's been going great since 2002. Like you said, I'm celebrating 20 years. I have a great group of caregivers who have been with me for that many years as well. I love them. They're family, and we continue growing and taking care of all our loved ones in the communities. Stewart and Port St. Lucie are two of the popular cities that we're very busy in. But we are licensed to go down to Palm Beach and as far as Indian River County. But although we do, the majority is in those two areas.
How many patients do you see on a given day? Your
Me
entire,
personally?
No, your entire staff.
Oh, our staff. Well, we have, it's close to 130 caregivers on staff.
Wow.
And at this time, I would say between 90 95 clients.
Per day.
Yes.
That's a lot of moving
Yes,
and a shaking.
it is.
500 a week.
And
or
know
so.
that everyone's different as far as how many hours are provided in the home. It could be from 1 hour a visit to 24/7 care.
That's
So
fantastic.
we keep busy.
That's great. And you're in the Treasure Coast and the Gold Coast, Palm Beach County.
Correct.
Martin, St. Lucie? Do you are you up in Indian River County as well?
We are, but the majority, like I say, of our clients
Martin,
are in
St.
this
Lucie.
area. It's rather difficult to try and get the caregivers to travel that far, but it's not to say that we cannot do it.
That's fantastic. And Laura, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Good morning.
Good
My name
morning.
is Laura Young, and I am from Pennsylvania, Collegeville, and came here in 2001. Started in law down here, worked as a paralegal for a great law firm. We did.
Is that Treasure Coast Legal?
No, it's the Keene.
The Keene,
law
okay.
Firm. The Keene Law Firm with Greg Keene and Steve Penicoli now.
Yeah, Steve
right?
Penicoli, he's
and,
a great guy.
Great.
Estate planning?
Fantastic. Estate planning, wills, trust, probate, guardianship, and asset protection, Medicaid eligibility. And we were in search of the best home care company for our clients who were getting on in age, and our estate planning clients wanted to stay at home. So I went out and looked for the best home care company and found Linda. And so I've known Linda for many, many years. And when I was literally burned out from being in the law field, I decided that I was going to find my way someplace where I can really be at ground zero with the seniors instead of when they came into the law office it being a crisis. And Linda screamed and hollered at me to come over and be her administrator, not to go back to another law firm or go into financial planning. So I did, and it was the best move I could have ever made. And we're at ground zero with seniors, and we get to see exactly what's going on, and we're the first ones in, before the law firms, before even the families for
sure.
the most part. And it's wonderful with my background to see what they need in the way of some legal ease, be it power of attorney or medical surrogate or maybe placement. We work with great geriatric care managers. We also work with DCF. And it's a wonderful way to be able to protect our senior community here on the Treasure Coast. It's great.
That's awesome. You know, so many people don't want to think about their mortality. And so they don't even want to have, I mean, you know, Tom and I, we always talk about this all the time at the office, where we want to have conversations about what have you done to prepare, right? Do you have an estate plan?
Do you have a long-term care
don't
plan?
even have a will.
Yeah.
No.
Don't even have a will.
It's amazing.
But, I mean, it's horrible. But they just don't want to address it. Even my own parents don't want to. I mean, I had to drag them to an estate planning attorney to get, because they didn't want to talk about it. It took me 2
Right.
years to get them to finally listen to me and say, hey guys, we got to get this done. You're not getting any younger.
And when we go to the home for the initial assessment, we have a conversation. Not only are we interviewing them to see what their capacity is, to see what it is that their needs and wants are for service, but also for them to get to know us and feel comfortable to have that conversation. And we converse with them anywhere from what their needs are, what services they want us to provide for them. We also talk about their will and their trust, and do they have these documents. We also talk about the insurance for their funeral. We go through the whole gamut with them. We are a plethora of information. We are a senior solution. If they're looking for somebody to talk about death and dying, if they're looking for hospice, we can put them in touch with hospice. We can put them in touch with attorneys for Medicaid planning if they can no longer afford home health care. And that's very, very big also. Our home health care is private pay. We do not take Medicare, and we do not take any other type of insurance except for long-term care insurance.
Yeah, we'll have to hit on that hard here this morning.
Which is very important.
Very, very important.
And at what age, just to that point on long-term care, what age do you recommend people look into long-term care policies? Do you have any idea?
I would say 30s.
Exactly.
I
Me
would.
personally, I bought it in my 30s.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, if
30,
you're 60
40,
or
50.
70,
I mean,
you're 60 or 70. that
because the
engine lights
benefits
on.
you get when you buy it young, like a
Yeah,
life insurance
exactly.
policy, and
It's more affordable.
more affordable. And there's the underwriting questions are, you know, you can
We have
easily
many-
pass them most of the time.
I'm going to put my 2 cents in on
Yeah.
what I think is the ideal age
Okay.
for long-term care. But before we do that, we have to hit the first break of the show. So hang tight, grab another cup of Joe, take a quick little tinkle. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Quality of Life Radio Show on WSTU 1450 and WPSL 1590. Hang tight, guys.
Hello, this is Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
Age comes with wisdom, and wisdom comes with benefits. That's especially true when it comes to Medicare. So make the wise call and go to CignaWise.com to compare your Medicare Advantage plan to Cigna today. Cigna offers dental coverage and $0 primary doctor visits in most areas. Hearing, vision, and an over-the-counter allowance all in one plan. You can even earn rewards for doing healthy activities. So go to CignaWise.com and compare your Medicare Advantage plans to Cigna today. Again, that website is CignaWise.com. Cigna Medicare Advantage. Because wisdom comes with benefits. Benefit options vary by plan and service area. You must reside in the plan service area. Cigna is contracted with Medicare for PDP plans, HMO, and PPO plans in select states, and with select state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in Cigna depends on contract renewal.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jensen Beach, Hope Sound, Martin County's Heritage Station.
All right, beautiful people. Yes, you are so beautiful this morning. Thank you for tuning in to the Quality of Life Radio Show. Before we went on break, we were talking about, when is a good time to buy long-term care? And we're having a discussion, a roundtable discussion here in the studio. They're saying maybe 30, 35 might be the right time to buy long-term care. When it comes to actuarial, they say that about 50 is the right age because the premiums at 50 is not much different than a premium at 30 for long-term care insurance. But again, the problem is if you wait till 50 and now you have a critical or a chronic illness or a pre-existing condition, then that may preclude you from qualifying for long-term care. But to your point, Tom, the sooner the better if you can afford to do it.
Absolutely.
And there are two types of long-term care that you should look at. You got the traditional long-term care and a hybrid long-term care that Laura has and that I'm going to be looking at getting for myself as well. That has a life insurance component to it and long-term care and provides you, so 3 benefits, right? Life insurance in case you died. If you don't die and you live, you need long-term care, you have those benefits that continue to grow every single year. Or third, at a certain period of time, if you no longer want your policy and you want your money back, get your money back. So these hybrid policies are very convenient and very nice to have today. And the premiums don't go up every year like
That's
a traditional
nice.
long-term care policy. And all the clients that you guys have, right? What's the percentage of those that have a long-term care policy? Very small, right?
It's
gotta
a
be
lower,
very small.
yeah, it's a lower percentage.
I
What
would say
you
25, 20%. That's it.
So it's 20%.
And it's too late when they come to us when they're in their 80s and
Oh, gosh.
wanting information for long-term care
Yes.
because it's not feasible for them to purchase at that time.
So if you're 35 to 55, that's the sweet spot for long-term care. It really is. 35 to 55 is the sweet spot. And in fact, I'm working with a client now, a young lady who is dealing with her parents for long-term care, and she's seeing firsthand the cost involved. And she's horrified. So it's prompting her to have a discussion at the age of 38 years of age, to have a discussion with me about her long-term care. So now we're talking about, what's going to be better for her at the age of 38. Is it better to go with traditional long-term care or a hybrid? So, but it's good that she has the wisdom to start having that conversation at such a young age. I think it's important.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because for all those youngsters out there, believe me, life goes by in a blink of an eye. We say, oh, this week went so fast. This day went so fast. This year went so fast. Well, this decade's going to start feeling like it goes so fast once you start hitting those 30, 40-year-old mark.
And gentlemen, I'd like to interrupt for a moment. Like I said, I did lose my husband. It's been nearly 10 years now. And, death does not discriminate upon age. And I'm a firm believer in life insurance. I always have been. At the age of 20, I purchased life insurance, and that was my first marriage. My second marriage, I was not privy as to what my husband was involved with his family. So each day he came home and said, oh my God, it was crazy on 95. I'm driving. I just went out and purchased more life insurance. He was upset at times when he had to have his blood work or, give a urine a sample. But, thank goodness I listened to myself. Yep. I purchased quite a bit of life insurance, and during the time what we went through with his passing, Laura's law firm settled my husband's estate, and that took nearly 2 years. And that life insurance really came in handy because it definitely kept me afloat with all the businesses that we had and the real estate. There was no way that I would be sitting here today talking to all of you if I had not purchased those policies.
Thank you for that, Linda. And that's true. I mean, we were actually having a discussion on break about life insurance and how important it is. And for myself, being an independent broker and offering life insurance to consumers, seeing that a friend of mine, it took a little prompting, but he finally, wisened up and took the time. He had a busy lawn maintenance practice, but we ended up getting him life insurance in such a young age. I mean, 3 years later, he passed away, died of a heart attack at the age of 47 in a shower Sunday morning at Father's Day. So the wife called me, and thank God that we were able to take care of her. She was able to keep her kids in school, keep her business, keep her home. The value of life, you can't put a price tag on it. I mean, it is just absolutely.
And what did she call you because you had helped her husband get that life insurance?
I mean, I was her angel. So
you're an angel.
We protected her family, and it was great to see that. So. And if you don't have life insurance, you should get it. If you need, people think they have this misconception that it's not affordable, but it's affordable.
Absolutely affordable. You cannot afford not to get it.
That's correct. No, that's correct. So it doesn't cost anything to get a quote.
Just don't go to Starbucks once a week, especially when you're young. You can get policies very, very inexpensive.
Very much so.
So give us a call at 772-210-1020 and ask us about the life insurance, long-term care, any other product that we'd love to help.
So if you have seniors, there are plenty of seniors on the Treasure Coast and families of seniors that don't know who to turn to or where to go. Why should they turn to you?
We're going to pass that one on to Laura.
and Laura's already alluded to it briefly, but I want her to expound on it.
We are their eyes and ears. A lot of seniors in this area don't have family here.
Yep.
It's one of the biggest reasons why Florida protects their seniors through law so vigilantly, as opposed to other states who follow suit with Florida law to protect their seniors. It's very, very important that Linda and I go and visit our folks at least once a month. We'll pop in and say hello. We always want to make sure that they're being taken care of course, by our caregivers who are closely vetted. That's my job at Senior Solutions. I'm the administrator, and I make sure that our caregivers that we refer to, our clients, have their level 2 background checks. They're fingerprinted with the FBI. They have all of their certifications up to date. They have their liability insurance, which is extremely important. And that's $500,000, $1 million per occurrence, which is pretty high up there. And our nurses have $1 million, $6 million per occurrence, which is very, very good liability insurance. And we make sure that, especially with our dementia clients, that they're not declining. If they are declining, or if we see some medication issues, we make sure our nurse goes in and does a professional assessment, and then we communicate constantly with the kids. And we want to make sure that the children are involved, if there are children that are involved at all. We do have some overzealous children, which is wonderful, and we love that they are very, very involved. For the most part.
For the most part. Yeah. I'm trying not to laugh out loud over here.
For the most part. And that's one of the reasons for a lot of folks that call us first. They are leery of having their children be involved. Children want to do the best they can. They have good intentions. They're out of state. They feel maybe it's more comfortable that mom and dad are placed, or that mom is placed or dad is placed if their loved one had passed on and they're widows or widowers. Oh, let's see if mom should be placed in a nursing home or an independent facility. That's for them. That's for their conscience to be eased, and they know that their parents are safe. But then when we sit down and have that conversation with the kids, they understand. They want to stay home. Mom and dad want to be at home, and we can keep them there, and we can keep them there safely. And so it becomes a family affair between Senior Solutions and the family and the patient, and it really turns out to be a comforting experience. The caregivers become family. The caregivers that we have are passionate and fun and want to do things with their clients. They're not sitting there on their phone and deflecting the situation. They know how to take care of folks with Alzheimer's and dementia. They know how to divert situations and just get them up and going. For a lot of folks, it's rehabilitation. After folks come home from having a shoulder surgery or a knee surgery or a hip replacement, we go in there and we take care of what Medicare does not take care of. We do the shopping, we do the cooking, we do the hair washing and showering and toileting and all that stuff that the client can't do or doesn't want to do anymore. That's what Senior Solution takes care of.
Yeah, most care does begin in the home. And to your point, people want to stay home. I wouldn't want to be in a nursing home or anywhere else.
I'm staying home.
I want to stay home. And so you better make sure that you have a financial plan for that to happen. It's absolutely important. And so many people, kids, you talk about the kids getting involved in their family, if they want to be involved.
Right.
And sometimes they don't want to be involved.
Not at all.
And one thing I been in this business for 16 years. I don't want my daughter taking care of me and changing my diaper,
And on that note, I have to say, I have 3 sons. I've told them all I am staying home. I have my long-term care insurance.
Yep.
Do not put me in polyester. Make sure I have no facial hair, and I refuse to play bingo.
Oh my God!
I'm staying home.
Do you have that in your will
Yes.
or your?
Yes, I do.
all know.
All your documentation. Good. I'm sure you're covered.
Thank you, Steve Penicoli.
Yes, Steve.
There you go.
Steve's the man. He is the man, a great estate planning attorney. So the message here this morning that's resonating, I believe, in the studio and to all of you is proper planning.
Yes.
Proper planning. It doesn't cost you anything to talk to somebody. Talk to a professional, because the day's going to come. I mean, I know we don't want to think about our own mortality, but the day's going to come and it's going to sneak up on us. And if you're not prepared, it's going to cause irreparable harm to your family. So I don't like to see that to happen to my family. So make the right decisions, take the right course for your life, for your long-term care planning. If you've got questions, please, for insurance, give Owen Insurance Group a call. But more importantly, you need to call Senior Solutions, because it's great to have them on standby when you need them. How do they get a hold of you guys? What's a good number?
Can give us a call at 772-334-0424. they can visit our website at sshomecare.com. We're always there to answer any questions, even if you're not ready yet, but you are planning ahead. Just like you said, it's really good to get some information. Do you just want to know what we do? When the time comes, do you want to have us come out and do an assessment now and get to know us, get to meet us? It's a complimentary consultation. We come to your home where you're comfortable, or you can come to our office, but get to know us and get to feel comfortable with us. So when that time does come, and it will come, give us a call and we'll be ready for you. We'll be ready to take care of your needs.
And so many people mistakenly think that, hey, I'm on Medicare. My Medicare is going to take care of this for me. No, it's not. Medicare doesn't cover long-term care, extended care. So you need to keep that in mind, and you need to give us a call so we can give you some options. There are many options out there that might be a certain budget for you or a fit for you. So certainly give us a call, and don't keep your head in the sand. Do not be an ostrich, and don't think that your kids are going to take it. Don't put that burden on them. That is not the right thing to do. I'm not going to do that to my daughter, and I don't think anyone should do that to their children. They have their own lives to live, and their own family to take care of. So make sure that you take care of yourself first. Tom, I think it's a good point now where we can transition and do the quote of the day. And this one
Quote of the day
is absolutely going to be great. And you ladies are going to stick with us to the end because we have some good information. We always like to test the knowledge of our guests on our show.
Oh,
Which
boy.
one's the hot seat? Are they both hot? or
we have the ejection seat.
I am sleep deprived right now. Okay.
Oh, so this is the hot seat then. Linda gets. Just kidding. If you don't go after what you want, you'll never have it. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. If you don't step forward, you're always in the same place. So don't stay in the same place. Go after what you want.
There you go. The health fact of the day. Let's talk about the human eye. The human eyes remain the same size throughout life, but the ears and the nose continue to grow, which is weird. Right? I don't need my ears to grow any bigger, please. Stop. The miracle of vision is one of the greatest gifts we have. It's amazing, right? I mean, we go to a park, we see deer, and we see the beautiful sky and the green grass. I mean, we take all this stuff for granted, and God help us to not ever take our vision and our lives for granted. They weigh 0.25 ounce. The eye can differentiate approximately 10 million different colors. The eye blinks an average of 4.2 million times per year. The eyes are made up of over 2 million working parts, and each individual eye contains 107 million cells. The world's what's the most common eye color? What would you say?
Brown.
Would you say?
Brown.
Brown? Yep, is exactly right. Brown. And did you know that you can make your brown eyes blue? There's a song about it. It's true. You can have surgery to make your brown eyes blue. It's a crystal gel that's don't make my
That's
brown
gonna be
eyes.
stuck in my head all day now. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Because underneath, it says underneath brown eyes, it's actually blue. So I guess they peel away the covering.
Oh,
and,
that's all
and
right.
there you go.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too appealing, does
Thank
it?
goodness I have blue eyes.
Wearing contacts for the first time in my 60 years is bad enough, let alone.
And then you wouldn't be that song, Brown Eyed Girls, so that wouldn't apply. And, another quick thing about eyes I learned because of my taking care of my father and his eye care, the eye ducts. What do the eye ducts do? Does anyone know what they do?
Produce the
They
tears.
clean your eye.
We think they produce eyes. The eye ducts are actually drains. So to keep another part of your eye makes the liquid, and many people, my father has to have his eye ducts plugged so that his eyes won't get as dry. So I always thought eye ducts is what created the lubrication, but it's actually a drain to take away the lubrication. So you get them plugged. Every 3 months he goes to get them plugged. So Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I've had my eyes plugged before. It's interesting.
I've had it punched before.
Very
I've had
weird.
a black eye.
Very strange. All right, I guess it's time for our second and last break of the show. So we're going to take a quick, 45-second break? Minute and a half. Wow, minute and a half. We'll be back with you. So hang tight. You're watching and listening to the world-famous Quality of Life radio show. More great things coming back after this break.
Age comes with wisdom, and wisdom comes with benefits. That's especially true when it comes to Medicare. So make the wise call and go to CignaWise.com to compare your Medicare Advantage plan to Cigna today. Cigna offers dental coverage and $0 primary doctor visits in most areas, hearing, vision, and an over-the-counter allowance all in one plan. You can even earn rewards for doing healthy activities. So go to CignaWise.com and compare your Medicare Advantage plans to Cigna today. Again, that website is CignaWise.com. Cigna Medicare Advantage, because wisdom comes with benefits. Benefit options vary by plan and service area. You must reside in the plan service area. Cigna is contracted with Medicare for PDP plans, HMO, and PPO plans in select states, and with select state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in Cigna depends on contract renewal.
Hello, this is Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
HR issues? Let WPSL, WSTU, and La Gigante fill your open slots in both English and Spanish. Call us 340-1590 for details.
Hey, you. Welcome back to the Quality of Life radio show. Hope you're having fun, and I know we got some new viewers and new listeners, new clients, and we truly appreciate you taking your time out of your day to be with us this morning. We are so blessed to have two lovely ladies in our studio this morning from Senior Solutions, and we're talking about long-term care and life insurance. Before we get to more about that, though, Tom and I are going to share some fun facts, 8 fun facts. We are now in the month of December. How in the heck did we get to December already? It just
I don't know where August went.
One of those
23 was 2022 was a flash.
One of those 4.2 million blinks.
Yeah.
We blinked our eye and boom, we're
That's
at
right.
the end of the year.
So the first one is on December 5th, 1901. The little magic came into the world with the birth of Walt Disney. He released his first cartoon featuring Mickey Mouse at the age of 27. By the time he was 54, the Disney empire grew in size with the construction of Disneyland in California. Today, Disney is a common household name.
Nice. And December originally just had 30 days according to the ancient Roman calendar. When the calendar was changed for the Julian calendar, December gained a day, making it the 7th and last month of the year with 31 days.
Got 28 days, 29 days once in a while, 30
I always
days,
get those mixed up.
31
There's some
days.
kind of rule, April, March.
yes.
Yes.
There you go.
I don't know. My knuckles are.
Sort.
Yeah, I don't know.
Number 3, the Bill of Rights came into effect on December 15th, 1791. The Bill of Rights included the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution, rights which are said to be the pillars of modern U.S. society. and government.
This is interesting. I didn't know. In the northern hemisphere, winter begins on either December 1st, if you follow the meteorological seasons, or after the winter solstice on the 20th or 21st of December, if you follow the astronomical seasons. In the southern hemisphere, this is opposite, with summer commencing at either the beginning of the month or after the summer solstice.
Anybody born in December here?
No.
No. Those born in December can be born under one of two very different star signs. If you're born before December 23rd, then you have the sign of Sagittarius. Those born December 23rd or later can have the sign of Capricorn. If you're a Sagittarius, you're said to be energetic and idealistic, while also generous and open-minded. Kind of sounds like me, but I'm Gemini. If you're born under the sign of Capricorn, then you're said to be ambitious, yet realistic, persistent, yet practical.
That sounds like me. But I was born under the Pisces. I'm just glad I wasn't born under a bad sign.
Yeah.
Like the old blues song says.
That's right.
On December 30th, 1803, the USA essentially doubled its size when it formally took control of
Louisiana.
Louisiana. The U.S. acquired the territory of Louisiana, some 885,000 square miles from France through the Louisiana Purchase, costing the U.S. government $15 million. What a purchase.
What a great buy.
But just like Alaska, buying a Louisiana, Alaska.
Sometimes
what
the
a
U.S.
ROI,
the
return
U.S.
on
government does some things right. Everyone.
Yes,
but
they did.
But that was a way long time ago. They've done some things right. I don't know what
they
they're doing
believed
today.
in manifest destiny at that time, so
That's right.
take it all.
December 21st, 1846 was rather a painless day in Britain, at least for one man. For the first time in Britain, anesthesia was used on a patient by Dr. Robert Liston at the University College Hospital in London.
And
Thank God for anesthesia.
Woo. Man, I'm tough and strong, but I tell you, I don't like pain.
Who
It's
does?
not fun,
Right.
especially in the mouth, going to a dentist. December is a great time to reflect on the year, with many people around the world making New Year's resolution on changes they want to make in the following year. And I know December is a great time to look at all of the different policies, life insurance, long-term care, your health insurance.
That's
everything is in review because we all want to get a so-called fresh start for 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about you ladies, but I'm excited about 2023. Keeping politics out of it. I'm just excited that where we are as a company, 5 years now, we've been doing this since we opened the agency up in downtown Stewart, and seeing the number of people that we're helping, rekindling my relationship with my daughter, growing that. A new puppy, with your experience, I mean, it's hard to lose a pet, but the new pet brings so much joy and happiness in our lives. I mean, she is a sweetheart.
I love her.
She is a sweetheart.
I'll adopt her if you.
Yeah, everyone wants. It's fun. She had a playmate over the other day, and it was just fun watching her play, and nonstop for 2 hours, just playing and having fun, frolicking around. And that is so awesome to watch.
Yeah.
But earlier we had mentioned that you're out of luck if you haven't completed your Medicare review yet, because the AEP concludes in 2 days.
Midnight, December 7th.
So that means that if you haven't done anything and you had that gotcha moment, and you're like, oh my God, I've got to call an insurance group to do a review, I would like to say that we have an opening for you, but we are pretty much jammed. But if it's an exigent circumstance, I mean, you really need to talk to somebody about your plan, give us a call, and maybe we may not have the time to see you for the AEP in the last 2 days, but the Medicare open enrollment starts January 1st. So the Medicare open enrollment is for January, February, and March. If you're on a Medicare Advantage plan, then we can switch you to another Medicare Advantage plan if what you have is not working, the drugs aren't working well for you in that Medicare Advantage plan, or get you off that, go back to original Medicare and sign up for a supplement plan. So those are the options that you have. So don't feel like, you're pressed for time. You got 2 days left. For whatever reason, you may procrastinate it. You're out of town. You got some personal issues. Still give us a call at 772-210-1020. We'll do a quick assessment, and we'll let you know whether or not we need to get you, in before the 7th, or if we can just postpone it until the open enrollment period.
Absolutely. And certainly, Gary, you and I may not be available to do a full-on review and potential plan change, but we have many licensed agents in the area.
Yep,
we
that's
have
right.
we have plenty, just qualified, licensed, and professional.
So, enough on Medicare open enrollment. Before we go to LTC and LI, life insurance, long-term care, ACA real quick, Tom. Let's hit on that because that's coming down. That's winding down as well.
Absolutely. So the ACA, that's the marketplace, under 65 individuals, families have an opportunity to make a change or join a plan for 2023. And that open enrollment period, if you want to have a January 1st effective date, it would be December 15th. So approximately a week later, that ends. But if you procrastinate on that, the government's also giving you till January 15th, but a plan would not start until February 1st. So
that's right.
Any under 65 listening or family members, refer them to Owen Insurance Group. We can help with that, 772-210-1020.
And we always share stories. Tom and I always share a story with one or two of our clients the past week. So I want to share with you something that's really important, and this is good for you to listen to. That the husband is turning 65 in probably 2 months. I believe he's 2 months away from turning 65. He's going to give up his group plan and go on Medicare with a supplement plan. I'm sorry, no, he turned 65 already. And his wife is on the group plan. Between the two of them, Tom, they're paying $1,500 in health insurance premiums. He says, Gary, I can't afford this anymore. This is ridiculous. So so it's okay. So let's talk about what plan's good for you. So the Medicare Part B is $165. Your supplement's going to be $232. Your drug plan is going to be $11. And we were able to find him a plan for his wife on the ACA. Because he's going to be leaving the job in January, his income is going to be reduced to $40,000 a year. Now she qualifies for 100% subsidy.
Nice.
And get a plan for $0 premium.
That is sweet, and that's a very common situation, a very common
This
problem.
is what we do.
And this is what we do.
We are like superstars. We're just missing our cape.
Yeah, I learned from one of those comics, don't wear a cape because it can get stuck in a wheel or, different ones. So never wear a cape if you're going to be a superhero. Although it looks good, maybe for photo ops, but not out in the field.
On a windy day. Wear the cape on a windy day.
Yeah,
so, give that full
You don't
appearance.
pull on Superman's cape, that's how people get in trouble.
But in all honesty, though, I mean, we are blessed with what we do because we make money by helping people. And what greater career could you have where you're like an attorney, like an estate planning attorney? I mean, you're making good income, but you're changing the lives of people and you're helping them to afford insurance that they could no longer afford before. And this is the magic that we bring, and it is just so rewarding. There's no price tag you can put on that.
No, just like Senior Solutions, you guys must, of course, you love the fact that you're making money, but you're helping people, the seniors who need many times the most care. And Tom Hopkins, a sales guru, said this. He said, never be ashamed of the great wealth that you may acquire as an agent or as a business owner, because that just means you're helping more people.
That's right.
And truly what we're doing is helping people, and what Senior Solutions
He's
does.
so inspirational. I saw him when we were at the conference in Nebraska, in Omaha.
Nice.
Very nice guy. Very awesome. But that's true. Yeah, never be ashamed of helping people and making money for it, because that's what we do.
Because if they pull up an old junker and they're wearing ragged clothes and then
you want to do business with him?
No. No, you want somebody who's successful because
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
Right.
They can't keep clients if they're screwing up. So anyway.
So, and folks, please write this number down. I mean, we gave it once. We'll give it again at this show. We'll give it before we sign off. But Senior Solutions, their phone number is 772-334-0424. And you can also go online at sshomecare.com. And give them a call. Check them out. They've been here for 20 years. I've been here for 36 years on the Treasure Coast. Originally from Pennsylvania as well.
Oh, great.
Kingstoner, near Pittsburgh, Western Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, a lot of good people come from Pennsylvania.
A lot from the Northeast.
Yes, solid people.
That's right.
With great work ethic.
That's it. Work
So,
ethic.
we were up, and Tom, I mean, I left at 7 o'clock last night. You were still there after I left, for God's sakes. So,
I went to bed at midnight.
Yeah, I mean,
in front of my laptop working
It's
at home.
brutal. I mean, people don't realize how busy we are during the annual enrollment period. But we work hard for you to make sure that we get you in the best plan that's affordable, that makes the most sense, that covers your drug formulary, that covers your doctors, and we educate. That's what we do. We're like preachers. We preach the gospel of Medicare, long-term care, life insurance, disability insurance, health insurance, and again, you go to the people that have a long-standing commitment to the community, who give back to the community, who are grounded in this community, and who know what the heck they're doing.
And you can find us at 1611 Northwest Federal Highway, just north of the Roosevelt Bridge, behind the wonderful Key West
Diner. Yeah, if you find the Key West Diner, you'll find us.
So we're going to tell you straight, because you can always walk in our office and slap us around if you feel like we've done you wrong, but we won't. We deal with integrity, fiduciary.
You slap him wrong. Don't slap me wrong.
No, I do bite back though.
But that's correct. I mean, doing the right thing. I mean, we had an agent that's not part of our group, thank God, that did something bad to one of our clients. Took her off of her plan that she was on for years. She had no problems with it. When she went on this plan, because a lot of agents, listen, there are a lot of new agents in the industry who are in to make a quick buck, and they'll sell a certain plan or a certain product to make that certain buck, regardless of whether it's good or not for the client. Well, it wasn't good for this client, and put her in a bad situation. And she could not now when she was in the plan, she could not go back to her original plan. So we fought. Talk about being fiduciary, right? I had no skin in the game on this, but I said, okay, let's sit down. Let's write a letter. Let's appeal this. And based on what that agent did to you, I believe that we may have a case. They declined the first appeal. I go, BS. This is not right. We are going to refile it, and we're going to talk to the executives at this insurance carrier. And finally, a month later, they reinstated her MedSup policy.
Oh, man, pull out that cape, Gary.
So,
that's awesome.
But again, but when you care, you give a rat's, about people, that's what we do. It shows in our business because we care about people first. We'll always do the right thing. So any final word? We got 1 minute left. Any final thoughts that you want to give for our audience?
We feel the same way about Senior Solutions. If you call us and you find you can't afford home care, we're not going to hang up the phone. We're going to give you any information. We've got a beautiful network of people on the Treasure Coast that we work with, and we'll be working with the two of you in the future. And we're going to make sure that we help you one way or another. Can you get Medicaid eligibility? Can you get VA benefits? We'll help you with anything you need help with. That's why we're Senior Solutions.
Nice.
And there are a lot of vets out there, that don't know that they have this opportunity available to them. It doesn't cost them anything.
That's right.
So pick up the phone, call Senior Solutions Home Care, 772-334-0424. When it comes to insurance planning solutions, give Owen Insurance Group a call. Why would you go anywhere else? 772-210-1020. Okay, we're at the conclusion of our show. Next week, we're going to have the infamous the famous Chuck Gary on our show. And
we love you, Chuck.
What a great guy he is, and everyone knows Chuck Gary, the most prominent attorney on the Treasure Coast. And Tom and I will be back next week. Well, no, you'll be back next week. I will not be here next week. I'll be going to the Georgia mountains.
Him.
So thank you for joining us, everybody. We appreciate you tuning in. Share us. Continue to share us with your friends and family, your neighbors. And remember, stay safe, keep healthy, be happy, and enjoy your quality of life.